So, how's your morning going up till now? It's noontime, and two boys from Brooklyn want to serve you a huge portion of humor for lunch. So, break out the lunch pail, or the sandwich you packed, and let Les and Freddie S. bring you jokes and nostalgia mixed in with important information about medicine, food, dating, or just the stuff you need to help that bagel go down nice and smoothly. And if you have a story about anything you want to share, a bad date, a movie review, or just the strangest thing that happened to you at work, call in and join the fun toll-free at 1-800-889-0267. Right now, sit back and let's start the lunch break. Freddie S. and Les are ready, so here are the boys.
And here we go. Good afternoon, Florida.
Yo!
You know, all the politicians are heading down to Florida, Les.
I know, I saw the traffic.
Because you got Major Tuesday, you got the Super Duper Tuesday. So we got Donald's gonna be in studio.
Oh, I spoke to Trump today.
Rubio's gonna be in studio.
I don't want to talk to him.
And
Why not?
Oh, a Rubio
Why
fan.
not?
We don't do politics.
I know, but they're all gonna be in studio.
But they're so funny that we should say something.
Hold on, they're gonna be in studio. You know, you can't finish a bit in this place. Everybody has something to say.
That was Daisy this time, not me.
I
kept my mouth shut.
We're going to play their video or their audio on the air. Not that they're going to be in the studio.
Right.
Anyway,
Yes.
welcome to Two Boys from Brooklyn and the Broads. And
Good
we have
morning.
multiple broads. I hope everybody.
Yeah,
had
we
a good
do.
weekend.
We're gonna have to get a bigger thing. We got like 17 women and you and
No
me.
more bigger things.
No,
17
don't
women.
talk about bigger
all the
things.
Broads.
Okay.
You know, that's a good idea. We could have the Broads Club.
Yes.
Have all these
If
women
anyone
wear
wants their
t-shirts that
numbers,
says
they
Two
could
Boys
call.
from
They,
Brooklyn.
yeah, the two boys from Brooklyn are offering a dating service. Yeah, it's not your turn yet. And here's.
Oh my goodness! All I was going to say is your broads are politically correct because we have diversity in the room.
Diversification.
Oh, yeah.
We have every.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so you're leaving when?
The 14th.
And he starts
The
already.
14th.
I want to thank our sponsors.
Yes, please.
Let's do that
M2.TV,
first.
Health and Wealth Seminars.
Yes, great company.
Sky H2O.
Great company.
Pain Whisperer Dr. Panozo.
Great guy.
Great guy.
And the most important sponsor,
Who?
M2.
I said M2 first.
Say it
You
again.
see, I'm going to up your meds because you're not listening. I can
I
see it
check-
already. And I'm going to start today, the Monday show. I got a pet peeve. I went to the movies this weekend. We're going to start there. But before that, let's say hello. Hello, hello, hello. Let me start with
Hello.
the maniac in the room first because I got to switch cameras.
That's me.
So we're going to start with the maniac in the room. That is my man, Mr. Les Mayer.
And I'm going to let you get your pet peeve out. I'm not going to say a word. That means you too.
No, we're gonna talk about my pet peeve,
Okay.
but I want to say
Liz is singing.
want to
So
say good morning to Les. Say good morning, Les.
Hi, good morning, Les.
And I hate that hat. Don't ever wear it again. And then over here we have the ladies. We have Liz,
Good morning.
and we have Daisy
Margarita.
Margarita, I just drank
She
one of
likes
her.
that.
I just drank her yesterday.
Double D. Daisy
I
Dominican.
know, double D.
Double Ds.
That was
Ds,
interesting. I got a
Daisy
couple text messages about that.
Double D.
People are going to be calling
Double
me
D.
Double D now. That's
Double D.
dangerous.
I hope it wasn't your fiancé that said
Oh.
something.
I gotta tell you, everybody loved it when we call you Double D.
Yeah, I know. I got a couple, like, I like
Yeah.
that, Daisy. That
Well,
sounds fun.
You had your pet peeve. I see.
Hold on,
I wanna let
and
you-
our board operator. Can't
Hey,
forget
board
her.
operator.
I'm a broad operator.
You're a
Yeah.
baby.
I'm so slow this morning from being up late for the Oscars. I left my tea in the other room.
Why don't you go get it?
I will.
Because I have a lock
At
on
the
the
break.
door.
At the break. Okay.
He's such a sweet man. I don't know how his wife can stand him.
She
really-
uses Novocaine.
She does-
Okay.
Okay, go get your pet peeve
She
out of
must
the way.
stuff like medication into his coffee every morning just to keep him quiet.
Viagra.
Well, now he's driving. He's driving a Porsche
Really?
with the roof down.
That's why I'm wearing the hat because my hair is.
So that's why he's
Paying for your
wearing-
Porsche there, buddy.
Huh?
We-
I'm testing it to see if I want to buy it.
Oh, good for you.
I know. Some
Nice.
guys
Where
have all
is
the luck.
Where's your pet peeve?
Okay, so I go to the movies this weekend, and we'll
You
talk
did.
about the Oscars in a second,
Mm-hmm.
because I was bored. So I went to the movies, and we went to see Triple Nine.
Triple what?
Triple Nine.
What's that about?
When a police officer is in jeopardy, you shoot a cop. The key word is 813. I don't know where they came up with 999, but that's
Why
the-
not just help? I've been shot.
because you have to code everything so you
Okay.
can move it quickly. But anyway, so I go to see this movie. Forget about the movie. Don't go see it.
Okay.
But I go see this movie, and there was nobody in the movie theater when I went to pick my seats. There was nobody. I mean, it was me Linda, and the movie theater.
But is this the prepaid theaters now?
Yeah, you have to
Yeah.
prepare. You got to get your
And
seat
you pick
on.
your spot
Yeah.
before.
I was right in the middle of the theater. I had the perfect seat.
Wasn't that your first clue not to sit and watch the movie?
Time out.
Okay.
I had my popcorn and my, my Slurpee and my groove, and I'm moving, and I
Okay.
get there, and there's 8 people in my seat. The whole row is on my seat.
That's funny.
Oh wow.
So
But how
and
did
what-
you buy a ticket without paying for the?
you do? You
without
pay for it and
picking
you
a
pick it up.
seat?
You pick a seat.
You
They
go
were
to-
sitting
you-
in my seat.
And you can go to any movie you want.
So I go to Linda. Now the 2 guys that got up were like house. They were huge. They were houses.
Why didn't Linda save the seat?
Linda was gonna go over and say, "Excuse me, you're in our seat."
Yeah, Linda would say
I
that.
said, "Whoa, hold on, take it easy."
She's a tough
I
broad.
said, "The whole movie theater is empty." I said, "Let's just take another seat." But it really bothered me, and the reason these 2 guys are huge, and then they had,
Gotta pick your battles, buddy.
but then then they had their
He's
they,
from Brooklyn. Everything's a battle.
they had the 2 mamacitas, and they were Dominican, Daisy.
Double
Oh
D's,
yeah, they
double
were
D's.
they were
Offense.
they
They
were
were triple
Dominicans.
Ds.
They were
They were all
Triple
over, they
Ds,
were off they were off the charts.
Oh.
So
they were
they were going to
cute.
man up because they had to be machismo,
Machismo, oh yes.
So I had to go sit somewhere else, right?
I would have.
So now I'm sitting in somebody else's seat.
There was no seats in the theater.
Time
How they-
out.
Oh, God.
Would you listen to the story? People started coming into the theater. So I guess when I bought the tickets that day, there was nobody there. But all of a sudden, the theater started getting packed.
Oh wow.
And I'm sitting in somebody's seat.
And you're getting nervous.
And these 4 people come over. And they say, "You sitting in my seat." I say, "He's sitting in my seat."
so
I
you
said,
were
"If you
literally
move him out of
starting
my
a
seat, I'll
battle.
give you your seat." That's right. I took the weaker battle.
And
So they sat
what's
next
going
to
on
us.
with the movie? What's going on in this Grease big
It's still
screen?
doing the
Oh,
coming
okay.
attractions.
Oh,
and that.
okay.
So we start making fun of the people in the front seat.
Uh-huh.
So the guy turns around and says, "We got a problem." I said, "He must be talking to you."
Linda said it, not me.
So I told Linda, "Boy, I'm never going to say nothing." Now, if the movie theater is packed,
Oh, there's something.
then I had to say something. 'Cause he was in
Yeah,
my seat.
exactly.
Well, people are very particular about the seats
Oh.
they choose when they go to the theater.
We got
I
a
am.
phone call.
I am.
Hey, how you doing?
You're on the air.
Hello.
Doc, how you doing?
Good morning.
Dr. Pinoza, let's talk. What are you going to talk about today? Scoliosis?
Dr. Pinozo, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. Say hello to Freddie. He's right here.
Hey, Dr. P.
What's going on, buddy?
You
hey,
just came right into my story, Doc.
Because we know you have patience there.
I think that fella from New York, we could talk to him tomorrow at 2 o'clock. What do you think?
He
Freddie
said Wednesday.
Wednesday, the guy said. Wednesday at 2.
Why don't you talk about Dr. Show?
Yeah, let's talk about you first, and then we could talk off the air. Tell me about any new patients coming in that you cured. We know you cured them. What's going on?
Yeah, we're curing them all the time. I mean, it's just regular routine business. We had a very nice show yesterday, and thanks very much for your support.
Oh, and thanks very much for being the kind of doctor you are. We got some people here we're sending to you who have problems.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's right. If you take care of the issue, then you're better off.
That's great, buddy.
Well, anyway, you guys, I'm listening, so take it easy. I want to be entertained this afternoon.
Thanks a lot for
got it.
calling, buddy.
All right, that's
Have a good one.
That's Dr. Pinozo
Right.
has a show here on WBZT
Yeah,
and 94.3 on Sundays from
That's correct.
11 to 12.
And
The
we were
Whisper.
we were here.
And the doctor interrupted my story.
Okay, go back. I apologize.
That's okay. But
patient.
listen, when he calls,
We stop
you gotta
everything.
pick up the
That's
phone.
right. We don't.
So anyway, so my question for today, which I want to hear what the Funny Farm has to say, is: do you confront somebody sitting in your seat? Do you see the size of the situation before you do? What do you do?
it all
Let
the
me
time.
give you.
Hold on,
let
hold
me
on.
give you a man's
Hold on.
point of view.
The
Go ahead.
board-
You go
the
first.
board behind
Broad.
the
You go
glass?
first.
Connecticut.
The year was 2012.
Ooh.
It was Christmas Day.
And all through the house,
And all
nothing
through the
was
house.
moving. Not even a mouse.
And it was some awful Jim Carrey movie that God bless him for trying, but it was awful. But these kids were in front of us, in the row in front of us, and they were talking, and they wouldn't shut up. So I said, guys, you need to quiet down. And they stopped, and then they started up again. And then finally, I'm like, on their little shoulders. I'm
Tapping
like,
on the shoulder.
Hello. What would make a great Christmas present, guys? If you just shut up.
Did they?
And my mother and my boyfriend at the time, he left and got management. My mother is like, we gotta leave because it's dangerous. And that was it.
What part of
No.
the neighborhood was this?
Delray Beach.
Delray Beach.
Delray Beach.
Okay, that's not that bad.
No, but
Oh, you kidding? They got seniors up there with canes, baby.
let me talk to you as a man. What Frey said.
As a man.
Well, I mean,
Are you calling me less than a man?
no.
That's matter with you?
If I see two machismo guys that
Not machismo. These guys are huge, Les. There were three of you.
I would have done what you would have done because in life you learn to pick your battles.
That's
I'm not going to. You know what? If there are seats, I can find a seat where I can see the movie. I believe in life that, you know what? Is it worth it to get beaten up or killed for something? You saw what happened to that guy who this guy threw popcorn at him. He went in his car and got a gun and shot him.
in Tampa.
It's not worth it. You were right.
It's not
You were
worth
actually
it.
a better man.
But you know what? In Florida, unfortunately, especially in Delray Beach, like you're talking about, there are lots and lots of older generation that just like to pick battles all the time, no matter what, when you're in the movie. And I went to go see Race last night, which 2 nights ago, which was absolutely fabulous. You've
Oh,
got
wow.
to see this movie.
Race.
One of the things I loved about it is, all these movies, they tackle what happened during World War II, and this is obviously World War II thing. But what they did that was different in this movie, and I know I'm getting political a little bit, was the underlying message here was we were no better than they were. Because they were showing that at the end when he wins the 4 medals and he was going in to get an award, he had to go into the servants' entrance, even though it was honoring him. So anyway, while I was sitting in the theater, I got an emergency call from my sitter, and my lights went off. My phone didn't ring, but my light went off. So I opened it up, and the lady behind me goes, "Miss!" I mean, the theater's quiet. All that happened is I opened it up to peek at the light, and she starts screaming, "Miss! Miss! Shut that light! Shut that light! Oh my God, shut that light!" And she makes her husband get up and leave the
Man,
movie
do
to go
you sound
complain
like
about
an
me.
old Jewish broad.
Can you imagine?
Well, there's
though?
a law in Florida. Know what the law in Florida is? The law in Florida says that anyone that hits anyone over 65 could get anywhere from 5 to 10 years in prison. So a lot of these older guys are becoming macho because if you hit a senior,
No,
You get in
I
trouble.
didn't say hit a senior.
No,
I'm
oh,
saying
yeah.
she was so much more disturbing than I was that 1 second I looked to see what the emergency was. She yelled at me in the theater, then caused her husband to miss the last 10 minutes of the movie to go out and complain to management that I peeked at the light in my phone. This is what Del Rey is like.
it's not just Del Rey,
crazy.
it's all over. Let me tell
No.
you.
Well, what I would do, I mean,
What would you do, Daisy?
D.
what I would do would
Double
be,
D.
yeah, I'm not there yet.
Double-
I will go to management.
Yeah.
I will just go to management. I will not even bother to talk to that person.
But Daisy, the movie theater was empty. Would you take another seat?
I would take another seat.
I will take another seat
Yeah, it's not
at
worth
the
it.
beginning. But what happened to you was that you got into a situation that
Somebody else.
somebody else got your seat. So I would just go to management without even talking to that person. I will just get up and tell them, "Hey, I bought these tickets and these people are sitting on my
Yeah.
seat." So that's it.
And I've seen that. I've seen people go and get the people, and the guy says, "Well, you got to come with me because I don't know where you're sitting." And
I
yada, yada.
agree. What you did was smarter because I'll tell you what happens.
Les is right here.
Am I right?
Yeah,
It's a
pick your
smart,
battles.
Yeah, pick your battle. I was
I
going
almost
to
called you,
Costco.
Les. I almost called you. I said, "Les, meet me at the theater."
Can we use
the
this to
time
segue into the Oscars, though, and
Wait,
move on?
wait.
Wait,
One second. Here's my thing. I was going to Costco, and this older guy was trying to back into the space, and this guy in one of those big trucks was cursing him and calling him dirty names. He said, "I'm going to get out there and I'm going to kill you." I went up to the guy. I said, "Listen to me. It's not worth it.
It's not worth it.
It's not worth it. He's old. You hit him, you're going to go to jail, and you spend the rest of your life in prison just for a parking space." And he looked at me and said, "You know, man, you're right." He said, "But some of these people," I said, "I'm with them all day long. You drive on the road. You ever see the Q-tip who's in that lane?"
Okay, you used the Q-tip bit last week.
No, it's not a bit.
And we got 14
No, it's,
angry phone calls.
that's
So-
good
so
because you
chill
know
out.
what? Learn
Chill
how to
out.
freaking drive.
Chill out. They said that you sticking your finger up at everybody isn't fun either. Okay,
My finger? I don't stick
you
my
give
finger.
them the finger, the thumb,
no.
and the hand.
No.
Oh, yes,
So
you
can
do.
we gently cross
Hold
into
on.
Why
Hold on,
topics
gently?
of the
I
day?
don't
Why
wanna
why
talk
do we
about
have to
the
do it
Oscars.
gently?
The
I think
Oscars,
there were some
we'll
really good
do the
points.
Oscars later
Yo,
because
do
the
the
Oscars,
Oscars. That will be your trending part.
the Oscar is going to bring up a lot of heated
Yeah, I don't want to
debate.
talk about the Oscars at all.
So everybody here thought that I did the
You
right
did
thing.
100% right.
Okay.
100%. In fact, you know what? I give you kudos for what you did.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
No, you don't.
Because you were smart. Hey, back in the day when you and I were in our 20s, if someone would have done that, we would have been on them like white on rice, and you know
Yeah,
that.
but the movie theater was empty. But anyway, I have a confession to make.
Go ahead.
Okay.
I went to the movie theater and I watched the movie with Linda. and it was a good movie. I can't remember what it was.
That
And
must have
then
been a great movie.
We go. I can't remember. That's right. It was a
That
great
has
movie.
more to do
It
with
was
his
so good.
age than the movie.
So I go out of the movie theater and I see they're giving Apollo
A what?
across the way. Apollo, the movie. Apollo.
Apollo
I mean,
13.
Gravity.
Gravity.
Oh, Gravity.
Just
Okay.
for me, I mean, you went back like
Yeah, I know.
Apollo.
25
I
years.
know.
I
Apollo
saw
13.
Gravity.
Home Hanks.
And I was thinking about what the movie's about. So I see Gravity. So I tell Linda, "Do you want to go see it for free? You want to hop a?"
Oh, I used to do that one when
Oh,
you
we
were
used to have
little.
so much fun Sundays. The problem with these book theaters that you're talking about, where you get a seat, is you can't spend your Sunday just movie hopping for free like you,
You can't
used to.
because
remember
because they
Grav-
sell the seats out.
God, you remember those days?
Oh yeah.
But Gravity was packed.
Oh wow.
It
okay.
was wall to wall.
Boy, Gravity, that's an
Gravity
old
was
movie.
a good movie. It was a good movie. This is a while back. So what happens when you go into a packed theater? If the people show up with their tickets, you got an issue because they're gonna ask you, "Let me see your tickets."
Right.
And I'm gonna say my dog ate it. But anyway,
Anymore.
With my homework.
so there were 2 seats right in the middle of the theater, and I said, "Do you want to go?" And I said, "Linda, it could be embarrassing. You got to pick your poison. Let's go." And we sat there. Nobody came and bothered us.
No.
You got lucky.
We
You got lucky.
I won't do that again.
We used to go to the Sunrise Multiplex on Sunrise and Valley Stream in New York. And when I was a kid, before it became really bad neighborhood and everybody was coming in with guns, we would spend a Sunday afternoon with my girlfriends at like 15, 16 years old, and we would movie hop. We would start at the early movie at 11 or 12, and we would go till 6 in the
Wait,
evening.
what was the
and we'd go
most-
from theater to theater to
Let me
theater.
ask you a
What was the
question,
mo-
Freddie.
hold on.
Go ahead.
What was the most theaters that you hopped in one day?
I think
You mean
three.
movies?
Yeah, 3.
Two.
You
Two?
can only do 3. That's the most.
You have a movie hop?
Oh, I did it differently. Do you remember? Well, you might be too young for this. Used to go to movies. There used to be 2 movies, Movie Tone, Fox News, and they always had a little show.
That was in the 60s.
Yeah, well, I'm old.
I wasn't even a thought
No.
at that
Yeah,
point.
you would thought.
Well, actually,
you just
really,
want to make.
don't take us for a way. You're not a thought now, anyhow.
Oh, he's such a sweetheart.
So listen,
You gotta love him.
Gotta love
We
him.
used to have like 5 or 6 guys. We used to watch the Lone Ranger and a Superman movie, and one guy would pay.
Jesus.
He'd sit by the door. He'd open the door, and the rest of us would come in.
I remember.
Right?
Yes,
Right.
yes,
saw that in
yes.
the movie.
I saw
Yeah.
that. I saw that in the movies.
I saw the
Speaking of
movie.
Superman, I
So
loved
it
the
was-
bit on Jimmy Kimmel last night. Did anybody stay up late and watch Jimmy Kimmel?
Jimmy Kimmel was on Sunday night.
They had a after Oscars special,
After Oscars special.
where Matt Damon and Ben Affleck, who are, I mean, I guess who's Superman?
It's not Matt Damon. It's some new guy.
It's Ben Affleck.
It's a
Ben
new guy.
Affleck.
It's Superman, but I can't
Ben
remember.
Affleck is
Ben
Batman.
Affleck, uh-huh.
Right, but they had Jimmy Kimmel, who had supposedly played this bit in the movie where he goes up to Ben Affleck and he goes, "Can I have your autograph? Can I do a selfie with you?" And
Oh
it was
yes, I
hilarious.
saw
It was
something.
So
yes.
funny.
I saw it in the Palm Beach Post this morning.
It was very funny.
You guys read the paper? No one reads the paper anymore.
I do
Well, our
online.
job
I do
is
it
to-
online.
Atta girl.
She does the news. All right, I got another question that came in from Gio from
Go ahead.
Orlando. Actually, he's in Tampa. If you are, is a male person, a male,
He is a person.
allowed to have a female best friend?
Yeah, I do.
Of course.
I have a female best friend.
Yes, my best friend is male.
Nicole is my friend. Nicole and I go out for coffee a lot together.
Well, I-
Nicole is your best friend.
Oh, well, she's not my best friend, but we talk a lot.
But listen to the question.
It's best friend.
Best friend. BF.
Yes.
Best
Yes,
friend.
my best friend is male.
Your best friend is a male.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Your
always
best
has
friend
been.
is?
It's a girl.
It's
It's
a
a
girl.
girl. My best friend's a girl.
And
I
yours?
feel like it's a
All
little
guys.
Me
all
too.
guys.
But you're saying best friend? No, my best friend is the guy.
Most of my friends are male.
Now, what if your best friend is single,
Mhm.
the girl or the guy is single, and you're in a relationship?
There should be
So?
no problem. You
should
should
be no
trust each
problem.
other. Yeah, you should trust each other.
Let me tell you how, I mean, obviously this might be a testament to my marriage failing, but my very best
It
friend.
might be.
It's 2
My-
ways.
You're
It's not,
going to
oh, wait a
court,
second.
you may not want
It's
to
not only
I
your
agree.
fault.
I-
It's somebody else.
I am just
takes 2 to
stating-
tango.
And there you go again.
No, she's right. It's not her fault.
That-
Let me
I was
finish.
sticking up. I've never done that.
Take it easy.
Okay.
When
She's
I,
going to court.
my best friend was a man named Steve DeLawless from California.
Oh,
He's
Was a man?
What
is a man.
Oh, he changed? He's a girl
is
now?
a professional drummer in LA, and we used to hang for many, many years. And our friendship grew into something romantic, and we were romantically involved for several years. And then we went back to friendship. And we stayed friends all these years. And when I got married, he came and played a drum set at my wedding, which was very nice. And my husband understood. He was my best friend, still
And
is.
that's why you're divorced.
No, I mean, but the point is, like, he's still a good friend. Now he lives in LA. He's got kids.
but you
No,
have a
you have to have
relationship.
some boundaries.
We're not talking. Yeah, you got to run boundaries.
There's
We're
no
talking
boundary. He's
about
just a
best
great friend.
No,
I'm not on your
sex.
case.
No.
Well,
sex.
you know, I have male friends that I don't have sex with also, but that
But
happens
that's
to
that.
grow
That's
into
you know that.
The best
Liz,
friend.
but maybe you're the person that maybe feel a little bit uncomfortable. I mean,
He never did. No.
He never
best
did?
friend.
If I wanted to be with him, I'd still be with him.
Time out. Best friend. No sex. I'm not talking about sexual friend because
Many
that,
of
that
them.
just knocks out
Okay.
the curve.
That's called the friend zone.
I had a
Yeah.
About 5 years ago, I had a friend who was like a best friend. It was a woman.
You had one friend in 5
Well, I'm
years?
talking about, you said women, right?
That
The
doesn't
opposite sex.
surprise me.
And, hey guys, you know.
Does your
I'm
wife
gonna
know
look
that your
up.
best friend is a female?
Of course.
And she has no problem
Well,
with it?
she care. No, she trusts me. I mean, I'm not gonna do anything. We're just friends. She would talk to me about her relationship and things like that. We go for coffee.
She would talk to you about intimate details of her life.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You do it with your girlfriends also. Why? If you're male, it shouldn't. You know what?
And
I hate
she
to go
was
back to
freaking
Oscars, but one of the topics of the Oscars is why is there a female and male category when we're just people? It's not like sports. Acting is acting, and it shouldn't be male or female, oriented.
Yeah,
and
but
it's
they
the same
answered
thing
that.
with. It's the same thing with friends.
They
though.
answered that.
What was the answer? I didn't.
The
hear
answer
the
to that was because females weren't getting lead casts.
Okay,
So it
but
wasn't fair to
now.
compare men to
Yes,
female.
yeah,
It was a
smart.
man's world, and yada, yada, yada.
But now the point of the underlying message still lies the same. People are people. So if I'm going to have conversations with my best friend, whether it's a female or a male, it's not going to matter. It's just the interaction and how you feel about that person.
That's not
And
true.
you can
No,
have-
it's not.
well, that
Freddie,
raises another
I
question.
agree with you less on this one.
Not if you're in a relationship. I think
Even-
it's going to matter.
Why?
Because
I mean,
whoever you're
there's
with
no-
is in a
Only if you're a jealous person.
I think
And
no.
there we go screaming again.
I-
You're
I-
screaming
I don't
I
think
agree with
so.
her.
I
Good.
think it raises another question. When do you feel comfortable to be a friend with somebody that you were romantically involved and be a friend? Do you feel comfortable just to bring him to
Every
your...
time.
Can you be a friend with somebody you had sex with? And
Everybody.
Exactly, that's what I
Is that
mean.
what you mean?
Yeah, that's what I mean. You already
And
had
then-
a situation with that person.
You're right.
I mean, a friend is a friend, but you had sex with that person or you were romantically involved, you feel a little bit okay.
And are you going to tell people you had sex with this person? Would you tell your fiance or your wife, I had sex with her, but she's my friend?
Exactly.
Help
that's
me out
like
here, Connecticut.
I agree with you.
I believe that
Wait one
every
second.
person you
Hold
have
on.
sex with is your best friend.
No.
Otherwise, for me,
No.
What world
it
is that?
was
You
that
only
way.
had sex twice.
Well, whatever the
Two
case may be,
children.
In what world?
I've had very few relationships in my life. I'm
Right.
not a promiscuous person, and the few relationships I've had, I have maintained extremely close friendships with these men.
Oh, I never
Really?
did.
My best, yeah,
After you break up?
my high school sweetheart, my college sweetheart. There's still people that I know would lay down their life for me.
Let me
And
tell you.
I
Let me
would do
tell
the
you
same
this.
for them.
I'm with
I
Daisy.
speak to
I'm
them
with Daisy
very
on this one.
regularly.
The girls that I had sex with before I met my wife. When I met my wife, I didn't
That's
invite
it.
them to my wedding, and they were good friends of mine.
And that's it.
It's it. It's over. It's done. I don't want to be a friend now because I'm going to say to myself,
It depends how it ends.
I want my relationship ended very nicely.
Well, apparently it ended
gave
for
me
a
my ring
reason,
back.
Liz.
Some relationships end simply because you realize this is not the person you want to spend the
Because
rest of
they
your life
can't get to Magic Mountain fast enough.
No,
That's
simply because you want different things
No,
in
I
life.
think there's some boundaries. I think we have to have boundaries.
I
we
agree with
cannot
Daisy on this
live. I mean, that's my perception. I know you have another view
Daisy,
of the
you don't have to
world.
look at her and feel. You say how you mean it, baby.
Say it,
I know.
baby.
I don't want. Yes, I don't want you to. But
None of the men in my life have had problems. They've actually
Hurt
said
their
to me
feelings. I don't
they
wanna be the
liked
only
the fact
one.
I stayed friends with my exes.
I
They
just
felt
feel
like it was good
weird.
that I did that.
I would be just feel
Wouldn't
weird.
it be weird if you had sex with this guy and now he's your friend? You say to your husband, "I want to introduce you to a guy that went 20 minutes with me."
I mean, well, I would
you're
not
not
say it that
gonna say
way.
that, you idiot.
But I
You
feel.
have
I
to
think
put
it's
some time between
You're funny
when the
about it.
relationship ends
And-
and the friendship begins.
and
supposed to do
also
that, right?
miles.
Yes, time and miles. I agree with that. Once you've put some time in between it, you can find
That's
that
very
friendship
interesting.
again.
All right.
Okay, boys and girls, it's time for our break. And we want to catch up with the traffic and the weather.
Yes.
With the beautiful Double D. Daisy, we will be back.
I love that
We will be back
margarita
in
double
30.
D.
Have a good night day. Back in 30.
Please welcome a new sponsor to the show. It's AMP2 TV, the first and only internet network that's truly plugged in. When you're looking for a full-service internet television production company, discover AMP2 TV, a full-service production company that can provide all streaming videos in studio or remotely. They offer web page development and they use all the latest platforms to help make your business selling points more powerful. They can do remotes and live streaming, as well as tape productions. Let AMP2 TV handle all of your television production needs. Choose from a variety of creative TV and radio packages and see why AMP2 TV works with many major companies, including Comcast, Bravo, and Fox 29, as well as individuals and businesses of all types and sizes. To see samples of their work or to find out more, visit their website at amp2.tv. That's AMP2.tv. Or call them at 1-866-224-5422. That's 866-224-5422.
Have you ever had a business idea that you thought would be a great solution to tough challenges in today's world, but have no idea how to get started? You don't want to waste investment money on ideas that just don't work. Introducing Health and Wealth Seminars, a sophisticated advertising agency with over 40 years in the ad business. What makes Health and Wealth different from other agencies is they fit your product into the public's need. They help put together the strategy of your business before you commit thousands of dollars. And just find out those ideas just don't work. Health and Wealth Seminars carry advertising contracts, radio and television contracts, and even a production service contract that will cover all of your business needs. Call today 954-303-9563 and let Health and Wealth Seminars carry your business to the next level. The number is 954-303-9563. And remember that what happens when you don't advertise is nothing. 954-303-9563 is the number you need to get your business started in the right direction.
You're lunching with two boys from Brooklyn who invite you to advertise on the show. Share your good news. Just call 866-224-5422 and get all the information. There are plenty of options, and this could be a great chance to get the word out about your business or service. That's 866-224-5422. Now let's get back to those two boys from Brooklyn.
Set it up.
Okay, let's take a look at the traffic and weather update sponsored by M2 TV, M2.tv, the only internet channel truly plugged in. 1-866-224-5422. It is a partly sunny and warm day here in South Florida. The high temperatures will reach the mid to upper 70s this afternoon, which are our average high temperatures for late February and early March. There is a slight breeze right now coming from the southeast that could carry a few showers in along the coast, but on the whole, rain chances remain pretty low. Tonight, partly to mostly clear and cool, with lows in the 50s along the Treasure Coast and inland, and low 60s along the Palm Beach County coast. Winds will be light out of the southeast. A coastal shower is possible, and so is a little patchy fog tonight. Let's take a look at the traffic. Right now, we have an accident in Palm Beach County, I-95 going south, North Lake Boulevard in Palm Beach Gardens, and another accident in San Lucie that happened this morning. They're still working on that. Bayshore Boulevard and Port San Lucie Boulevard, they're still blocking there. Broward looks pretty good.
Yeah, all right,
I
baby.
love the way she says boulevard.
Boulevard. This weather and traffic update is sponsored by M2.tv. 1-866-224-5422.
And
She's
now
so
let me
darn cute.
and now let me talk to you
Thank
about
you.
Dr. Anthony Pinozzo.
Okay.
Dr. Anthony, and what if I told you that you would never have to go in for knee surgery if you went to see Dr. Pinozzo?
Oh,
What would you say about that?
That will be incredible.
And you don't have to get cut. What if I told you you'd have to go in for back surgery?
Oh, wow.
Because what he's discovered is that it's the tissue that, what is the phrase? I forgot what it is.
I don't know where you're going
Okay,
with this.
when it's the bone, when the bone, what pushes against the bone?
Yes, it's the
cartilage?
pressure, the scar tissue.
Scar tissue. The scar
Scar
tissue that causes everything. So when someone comes in with an MRI,
Uh-huh.
MRI only shows the bone. it doesn't show what's pushing against the bone.
Exactly.
So what Dr. Pinoza does is he has a machine, a patented machine where you can actually see what's hurting you. Gives you a shot, goes out of your system in 24 hours, and the pain never comes back.
Is
Never,
it
never.
cortisone?
No.
No, it's not cortisone.
Something else.
Yeah,
Something
but
else.
it's one of the few things that prevents you from it never comes back. Migraines, people go in, migraines are cured, right, Freddie?
That's right.
You were
Scolio-
cured. You were
yes.
cured in one day. I was cured in
cannot
one
wait
day.
to be able to get
Scoliosis,
that cure.
migraines, TMJ, all of that stuff. You have to go see Dr. Pinozo at
Call him at 561-381-5800, and don't be surprised if he answers the phone and makes the appointment for you. That's 561-381-5800. We call him the
Pain whisperer.
Pain whisperer.
And he has the personal touch if he answers it himself.
yes, he does. He wants to make sure that if you're coming in, he will cure you. And you know what? I always hold this challenge to everyone. If he doesn't cure you with the pain you came in with, I will take you, your spouse, and two of your friends to any place in the United States. You just pay for the plane fare. Why do you say he's going to cure you? Don't. Yeah. Okay. Now back to
it's funny.
Freddie Centauri.
It's funny. We got people writing in about your hat. They said the hat makes you look weird.
Well, I am weird.
Yeah, I guess it does.
It does.
It just proves our point here.
I think I like
You
it.
could go to Ant2.
Hey, this is the proof. I am a weird guy.
You could go to ant2.tv to watch us today.
And I want to say one thing. I want to say hello to, we were talking about women. I want to say hello to Diana at the gym that I go to. Probably one of the most beautiful, sweetest women. And not only that, I want to say hello to her husband, Charles. So you could have a friend.
Yeah, you need a friend.
You know what, Freddie?
Oh, that reminds me
I'm
of
such
that
I'm
song.
such a lonely
James
guy.
Taylor. You got a friend.
No one does the weather as sexy as Double D. Am I right? When
Stop calling me that.
and you're not even blushing.
Listen, I want to give a double.
Double D.
Daisy.
Now you got me saying.
Daisy.
Now, I want to give a
Daisy
shout
Margarita.
out to Dana Hamill, who's going to be doing a medical segment today, and the second show going out. Dana, good job. Keep it up.
Okay.
And you can check it out tonight, 7 o'clock on ant2.tv.
Excellent.
Now,
Yes. Go ahead.
before she explodes,
Who?
and you know something,
Me?
You?
I got to tell you something, that the Oscars last night were a
The
dog.
worst.
I turn it off.
The worst ever.
I
So
turn
can
it off 5 minutes after.
Absolutely the
Not-
worst.
I,
Three
didn't, I
minutes.
saw him come on the air, and then I shut it off, and I just want to know if Leonardo DiCaprio won, because he's my
He
favorite.
won. He won.
I know,
And, and can I get into my bit
Yes,
now?
get into it.
Yes, please, please.
So I am going to do the what's trending and on Twitter and Facebook and what people are talking about regarding the Oscars last night. And I'm going to give you the quick Facebook tweets, and then we can discuss some of the other top 10 things that were discussed. First of all, the bear from The Revenant sitting in the audience.
He should have gotten
Pretty
the
funny.
Oscar.
No, Leonardo
He should have
was-
gotten the Oscar for Best Actor. That
Leonardo
bear was tremendous. Have you seen the movie?
No, but her was
Well,
excellent.
if you haven't seen the movie, then you would understand
was
what
it
we're
real?
talking about.
Oh, it was a fake bear?
No, it's a real bear.
No, in the audience was the fake bear sitting in the
Yes,
audience.
but the movie was a real bear.
Yes.
Really?
Yes,
No,
and
it
they
was all.
trained him.
It was all. No, it was a lot of photoshopping.
No,
too,
they trained the
and
bear.
Wow, I didn't know
The bear
that.
should have gotten the Oscar.
And CGI.
Yeah, he doesn't
It
even
was
know.
CGI'd.
CGI.
Absolutely, it
What's
was.
CGI?
With
That's-
CGI, you're in the business,
What do
bro.
you mean? That's
What's
when
CGI? The bear?
CGI.
No, that's when they
CGI
put in the
is-
computer
No.
graphics.
Yes, it is a
in the
computer
place.
animation, yes. But the bear was trained to growl in his face.
Oh, I believe
But
that.
he wasn't there. It was CGI.
The bear was there. Of course the bear was there. Let me tell you something.
Ah,
The
Connecticut.
bear was there. And
The
you know
bear
what
was there. Where's the bear? The bear is there.
The bear
Over
was there.
where?
Now-
Over there.
I'm going to give you...
I can argue because I don't really know this one. I'm just
The
listening.
bear was in a green
too, I'm listening
room
too.
No,
doing its
no.
thing.
They had to do some things with the bear and DiCaprio.
Continue with the
But you know what
trending.
Can I
DiCaprio...
do my top 10
But you know what DiCaprio's
Okay.
famous line was in the whole movie?
What?
No. You're mad.
All right, I am going
No,
to
he
just-
deserved it. He deserved it. They're
Let
bad.
me
He
tell you something.
deserved it.
I think he deserved it.
We can
in-
go to sleep now. Everybody around the country. We can go to sleep. He got the
He
award.
was Wolf of Wall Street was one of the best movies he's ever done, and The Great Gatsby and The Aviator. This man made some fantastic movies.
Yeah.
Next.
I just want to say a couple things before we discuss them. A couple quick things, okay? These are the Facebook
You can't.
tweets.
You, gotta
You
discuss
cannot
it.
do
Appearance-
something quick.
The appearance of Buzz Lightyear for 20th anniversary, Sacha Baron Cohen's appearance as his alter ego Ali G, and his comment, which I loved, how come there's no Oscar for them very hard-working little yellow people with the tiny dongs? I love that. If you
like
saw it, you know it. It was very, very funny. Stop, Les. It's not nice. This is what the deal was. One of the
What
most
deal?
talked about
We
moments
have a
of Chris
deal?
Rock's opening statement.
Daisy.
Be nice, Les, bro.
If you don't let her finish.
Let her finish. Let her
If
finish.
you don't let her finish.
Come in.
One of the top talked about was Chris Rock's opening moment when he stated, Jada got mad, said she's not coming. Jada boycotted the Oscars is like me boycotting Rihanna's panties because neither of us were invited. So what do you guys think about
Woo!
that statement?
I'm sorry.
I think that the
Why
whole
he
came
thing,
from my
singled her
heart.
out?
I think the whole thing was done in poor taste.
Yes, it was.
And Chris Rock.
I mean,
think
the worst-
the best line was that Compton didn't get nominated for best movie. He says, but then you pay $20 million for
For
what's
Wild
his
Wild
name?
West. Wild Wild
Pay
West.
Wild Wild West.
But
$20 million for Will Smith.
the
playing
worst-
Wild-
Smith to
I
do-
thought that was funny.
That was
No.
funny, but
was
the worst
funny.
thing that he said, I think it was like, why? Why is he saying that? Well, in 1960s, 1950s, we
Oh,
were
yeah.
so we would not boycott the Oscars because we had more
busy
things
boycotting.
things to really boycott. I
Right.
mean, really things that we like people getting murdered, and people start laughing and clapping.
That's right.
People,
That's not
women
funny.
being raped.
No.
I mean, that why in the
Well,
world
let
is
me
that
ask-
Which
funny?
Lady
Let me
Gaga's bit, which
I
she
didn't-
came out with women getting raped, and she brought all.
I
Did
didn't
you
like
see
that at
that?
all.
I
Les?
don't like that either, no.
That's when
I'll
I turned it off.
Let me ask you a
Well,
question.
I
5
was
years
like, what in
ago,
the world?
5 years ago, your best actor was Denzel Washington. Your best actress was Halle Berry. Two other people were African Americans, and no one said a word. The white people said, well, my thing is this. If you don't deserve it, you don't deserve it.
That's
Simple.
not
Wait,
the
wait.
point, though.
No, no.
What is the point?
The point is that because Will Smith wasn't put up for concussion, that was the whole thing. Now,
That wasn't the
But I'll
point.
tell you what's the funniest thing there.
I think there was a little bit of that.
When Angela Bassett did the thing.
No.
When Angela Bassett talked about a black this and that, and she said, and he's a singer, he's a dancer,
It's a Black History moment.
and
Yes.
the Black History moment, and then
And then they had Joe
Jack Black, Jack Black.
Black. I mean, no.
What people
Now,
got
let
no
me-
wait.
let me
What
ask you a
people got no.
question.
Wait a second. This bothers me. What people have to understand is, if you don't deserve something, you don't deserve something.
Yeah, but it's
Simple
not.
as that.
But it's
the
not fair that the
point.
people that are voting for it are all one color.
Yes.
I mean, I get the problem.
Broads and boys, you're missing what their point is.
Let's have an
Their
African
point
American
was-
Oscars.
No, that's
Probably
not.
gonna have that one day.
Ah! There was a point to what they were saying. The point, whether we all agree with it or not, is that the roles aren't being offered to black actors to be able to be nominated. It wasn't
But it
about
might
the
not
fact
be the
that.
right role.
But that's the point, that they're
You're gonna-
not taking scripts that feature enough black
But that's
actors
just-
to make it
Hold on.
equal.
They're
Now,
not
I don't
gonna be the
agree
right
with
person.
it
We're
or
not
not
talking
agree with
over.
it,
Hold on.
but that was the point.
Yeah, but the
Okay,
point.
let's take a look at The Martian.
Okay.
That will be that could be an African American, right?
Right.
That could be an
Right,
African
sure.
American. They
But
decided
they're
to
not
put
casting
exactly
black actors in
but
these
there's
roles.
some movies that they have to cast.
Can you stop that?
Oh, I'm sorry.
There's some movies that they have to cast the a white descendant person because of history. If they have like a Jewish movie,
Well, like the
you know.
race was featuring a black actor. It was all about the black.
So there's some
issues.
things there that we
Okay,
have to
hold on,
also.
hold on.
I don't
hold on,
agree
hold-
with the
hold on a
point, but
second.
that is the point.
The bottom line here is that making movies, you either make money, you want to sit up, you're on
Oh,
TV.
sorry.
You want to. I mean, you're always laying down.
Tired.
It's a business, and when you
You're right.
invest $200 million to make a movie, you're not gonna go in there unless Will Smith is available, or the guy that you said is available, or now Jack Black. Okay, but he's a comedian.
What was
But-
the
but
comedian
he's-
Chris Rock was
Hold
pointing
on.
out to all night? The
Him, Black.
No, the other black actor who was who was getting all
Kevin
the-
Hart. Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart. I'm talking about Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart is with The Rock. He's doing movies.
Doing a lot of movies.
He's doing a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But the problem here is that they're casting him as a comedian. What this is all about money. This is about, you want a black actor to make 60 million, 40 million. The
right.
They
streets.
do make those.
But,
that
but hold
money,
on.
though.
If you're going to put up $200 million, if I put up that kind of money, and I can get Will Smith to do what he did in that stupid
Concussion?
movie with not Concussion.
The other one.
Concussion was a dog, in my opinion. The other one with the outer
Independence
space.
Day or
Oh, but
Outer
he
Space.
did that movie.
Independence Day was another good movie.
But the one
You-
that he did with his son? You mean
Yes.
the one that was him? He was the director. He was everything in
But
that movie.
he
He,
put
did
up
it
the money.
himself. He put out the
Fabulous
movie.
movie.
But
Put the money up.
but he's a great actor. So
Yes,
if,
he is.
if I can get him, and I can get him for $60 million, and I can negotiate a deal. You negotiate a deal. Otherwise, you get the guy who did The Martian, who was running up for best movie. I heard he was running up.
I mean, people
This is
are
about
gonna
money.
The whole point of this conversation or this debate that we're having here is that they belabored to the point so much that they took away what the issue was because people were so bored they were clicking off. So instead of just making their point fast and furious in their opening and then moving on and having a normal Oscars, they made it Black History Month. He was saying things like "Welcome Black." It was just so
That
It was too
ridiculously-
much.
That was a fault of the director.
It was so
of-
ridiculous.
He should have signed an agreement.
That was one thing. Yeah, but that was one
And
thing that
the-
he will not sign something that it will jeopardize who he is.
Then they should have put him on.
But the head
They
of
let
the
him.
Oscars is a female black woman who then also had to come out and make her point at the end of the show. It was just too much.
I
So-
think
I
this
turned it
whole-
off
I think
by
this whole-
5 minutes after.
I didn't even see it. This is the first time I didn't see it. I think what's happening is that people have to understand one thing. Like Freddie said, movies is a moneymaker. If you can't make money,
You're
they
not
don't care
gonna
who
make
they don't care. If you could get a Ben Affleck or you could get The Rock. I mean, The Rock makes $20-30 million. You could
You're looking
movies
to make money.
Yeah, the movies that The Rock does are geared to who he is, and he does. And he wait, I'm not done yet. And he makes a movie that they want, and those movies bring in $500,000. Sorry, $500
What
million.
about Jamie Foxx? Do you know who Jamie Foxx
He's
is?
won an
fabulous.
Academy Award.
Yeah, he won once, I think he was.
Academy Award, a
But-
Grammy.
But he complained that he has not been offered what you were saying.
Roles. That's
Roles.
the point.
That's the
But
point that they were
let's
trying to
move on for a
make.
minute because there's a couple of other quick things about the Oscars that, like an oversight. What does everybody think about Sylvester Stallone not getting the award that he was expecting to get?
It's
He
okay.
didn't-
I don't think he deserved it.
I don't either, but it was like the big upset of the night.
Oh, wow. Oh, upset
I mean, he
who?
was, like,
His
throwing a
family
tantrum.
was upset? Who was upset about that? People
There
were
were
talking.
people, but
It
did
was the
you
big
hear?
upset.
Did you
It's
hear
one of
that?
the big things tweeted
Yeah,
this
but
morning.
did you hear what Sylvester Stallone said?
Oh.
He asked the director, who is black, on Creed,
Uh-huh.
whether or not he should boycott the Oscars. And you know something? Come on, man. The bottom line is that the Oscars are one of the veins in the industry, and boycotting it or being negative about it. I have mixed emotions about that.
I do,
not
too.
because I'm not white, Les. You're white, and Liz, you're white, and me and Daisy, we're yellow. We don't even have a
We're
classification.
Latinos.
Well, like,
But at the
like
same
Sasha
time-
says, you're like the little yellow
Yeah, the
people
little
with
yellow
the
people.
dungs.
We get through. They don't know who we are. They're
That's
trying
right,
to
but we
figure it
don't-
out.
but we don't get hung up on that because in my day we had
There's
a big-
no Mexican actors getting
we-
really,
well, I'm not
We're not
Mexican. That's
or
all right.
Latin.
I'm not
But
Mexican.
I'm saying in
Don't
anything.
call-
whether
what do you
it's
say?
Well,
Mexican,
Sofia
Dominican,
Vergara was in the
What are
audience.
you,
doesn't
what are you
matter.
saying? All Latinos look the same.
There
I'm
is-
not
no,
Mexican.
what I'm saying is there's no. I was because we were talking Mexico before, so it was on my brain.
Listen.
But there's
We're
just
not
not.
Mexican.
There's not
I'm
a lot
gonna-
of Latin actors either
I'm
getting
going to tell you
awards.
something. Latinos buy more televisions in this country
Or
than
steal
any
them.
other.
Ethnicity.
any other, and because Latinos always have two TVs. You have the big color one that doesn't work,
2 or
and
3
the
or
black
4.
and white on top of it with the rabbit ears. And
Daisy, are those TVs run by batteries out of a car? Car batteries, or they have electricity?
I don't know. I don't have one.
I think in every look, the Jewish
So-
people came to this country, right? They didn't boycott anything. As Chris Rock said many years ago, he said, "Don't anyone start with the Jews because they own everything."
Well, I have to say something. I think boycotting didn't do anything.
No.
On the other hand,
It
it destroyed the essence of the night.
Exactly.
Correct.
Exactly.
Which,
exactly.
bringing it back to the essence, and this is the final thing I have on what's been the big thing in tweeted this morning, is what do people think about, which is what the Oscars really have been used for, which is a place for actors to become vocal about what they believe in, what they
No,
really
that's not
support.
what it was never made for that. No, it
I
wasn't.
know, but it's what it's become. Their
Right.
their political statements and their political activism.
Like Marlon
So-
Brando giving these Oscars to the Indians.
Right, so there were two political statements made last night. One, which I did like, which
We don't
is
talk politics.
No, these are two things that happened last night at the Oscars. One, which is Leonardo DiCaprio, who very much deserved his award last night, and he made the statement, "Let us not take this planet for granted. I do not take tonight for granted." He said they spent months and months trying to find anywhere that was enough snow, and how far north they had to go because of the global warming. So that was his little statement.
I think global warming is all bull.
And then the second statement was made by the actor who won Best Song, which was really stupid, who made a statement saying that, he wanted to shout out to the gay community for winning Best Song because he was gay and he didn't believe there were people who were highlighted for that. Well, what about Elton John? And there were all sorts of actors and musicians who've come out and
What
spoken
about not too
being
many gay people in the nominated?
Right, I mean, it's
I'm
just,
kidding.
this is what actors are using as a political... She's going back to that point. But
What about
I
going,
love Daisy. We converted her.
what about going to Canada where there's 15 feet of snow every day? Come on.
Right, but so that's my point. Is the Oscars, should it be a venue
No.
for political...
No, not at all.
No,
No, I know.
Like Joe Biden coming to the Oscars
No.
to have Lady Gaga do that song.
He got lost. He heard the stand about Joe Biden. He was going to go get a Slurpee. He made a left. He ended up at the
Exactly.
All right.
Okay, no more politics. What else we got, Freddie?
Well, is that it, Liz?
That's it.
Thank you.
We have to say congratulations to the winner of the PGA,
To who?
the Honda Classic,
Who won that?
Honda Classic?
Scott.
Scott.
Adam Scott.
Yes, Adam Scott won. I think it's the 12th time that he
Yeah,
wins
Adam
this.
Scott. Adam
He
Scott.
already crossed the record.
shouldn't let him play anymore.
$1 million.
How much did he weigh?
Half a
$1 million.
Nice.
Do you know?
No, I saw
Les,
1
don't you
million.
wish you could play like that?
I
Can-
wish-
Please, let's go play golf. I'm okay
You
with
know-
100,000.
Let me,
I'm
let me
okay.
tell you something. Everyone that has children, don't send them to play baseball.
Golf.
Don't send them to play football. Teach them to play golf.
I'm
Golf-
learning.
Golf. Oh, golf is a great. golf is one of the only games
very
that you
expensive.
play for your. Oh yeah, it is very expensive.
expensive.
Golf's about $20,000 a year to play golf.
And how much do you think it is to have a child learn to play golf? Most of us can't afford to send our kids to golf
First
lessons.
of all, if you have a son, he's a lefty. That kid is worth $126 million contract. So
My
don't
son is
say that.
ambidextrous.
Well,
I'm
that's a
ambidextrous. I
later-
walk on both feet.
That's a that.
It's not working.
You want to sponsor him for golf lessons?
No, I do not, because I don't have any faith in
Well,
golf.
they have clinics all across. This is the label of PGA National. PGA is a brand, and
Yeah.
they have clinics all over
Right.
Palm Beach County for kids.
And
Even
what does it cost?
for summer, they have in the rec centers. They have. It's not that expensive. If you go to the rec centers, they kind
Oh,
of
yeah,
work
they
with
do, yeah.
you.
I
Yeah,
saw
so
that-
it's a way to always.
I saw the double D over the weekend was at the softball diamond. Who was that, your daughter playing?
Yes, my daughter was
Are
playing
you
softball.
following her?
Yeah, well,
And listen, I will go to your daughter's.
10.
I will go to your daughter's softball games. I am
Okay.
a big advocate of that.
And you know
yes,
what?
it's great.
What about
If
mine?
your
My daughter
daughter-
plays softball and basketball.
You got to
and-
take pictures.
One of the things that
In
Dr.
softball, yes,
Pinozzo
the
does,
basketball.
Freddie, what Dr. Pinozzo does is any child that's wants to be an athlete, he'll examine them to make sure there's no fractures or bones that are hurting.
Yeah.
Something else I
Very
want.
good.
I got one for Dr. Pinozzo.
What?
My daughter, when she was 3 years old or 4 years old, her dad kicked a soccer ball right at her thumb and bent it all the way backwards. Been hurting her all her life. She's 10. She plays soccer still. Her brother kicked a football, bent the same thing
Oh,
back.
wow.
They said that her thumb was broken. She went to an orthopedist who said it was broken. They put her in a cast for 6 weeks. That orthopedist was not a good guy, so I took her to the Children's Hospital. They took the cast off, and they said her thumb was never broken to begin with.
Oh wow.
And she's still in pain. So maybe I'll take her to Dr. Pinozzo.
You have
Let's see what
insurance?
they do her thumb. Yes, I do.
Okay, you could go then.
Yeah.
No, you're so funny.
And he'll take care of that.
Okay.
Oh, he took care of one of the girls that I work out with had a problem. She went for something else. She went up for her shoulder, which she fixed, but she said she had a problem with her thumb. And Dr. Pinozzo looked at it and says, "I'll give you a shot. I don't know if it'll work." He says it might be something else. Gave the shot and it worked. I mean, amazing man, amazing. But here's something I want to ask everybody. Okay. I want to go back to this best friend thing because I agree with you that you cannot.
You as in Daisy, you.
Daisy, yeah.
Daisy Margarita.
This is radio.
Double
we have
D.
to speak.
When the thing about what Daisy is right. If you,
No,
You
we're
could be
happy,
any you in the room. There's 4 other people here.
well, I don't know how long you're going to be here, so I don't want them to get acquainted with you. So, so what Daisy?
These are like a love
It's a
relationship.
democracy. Anybody can be outvoted.
No, they can't. Understand
Okay,
one
what
thing.
is your
okay,
question?
Go. What you said, right? If you're with a guy, okay, and you've been with him, and you've had sex with him, and you told him all the details in your life, and now you have
You had a relationship with
now
that
you have
person.
a fiance.
Exactly.
You can't be his friend anymore.
No, why would I do that? That's uncomfortable for everybody.
Right, it's uncomfortable for you, and it's uncomfortable for your
everybody.
husband to be. I agree with you.
Excuse me,
Speak for
madman.
yourself.
What?
Why are you bringing that up again?
Because we got onto the Academy Awards, you didn't give me a chance to say
Yeah, I
it.
understand it, but we gotta. First of all, you didn't give out the phone number today. I'm highly upset with you.
Well,
I just
And you're
got a message from
belaboring a
Gio.
point that ended up 20
800
You can't give it
889.
now. There's only 3 minutes.
Don't worry.
in the show.
0267. I want to make sure I gave the
Boy,
number.
yeah.
Let's do a song about the 1-800 number. That will be. Maybe we can do a song. 1-800.
800
Something crazy.
889 0267.
Looking at me with the face.
Look at you have her all panicky. 'cause
When I first got started with this was Daisy. And the news and the traffic are being.
I
now
know.
Daisy has become whoa.
Only
right,
5 days
Daisy.
it took me.
You got
Daisy-
2 weeks and Davy's a player.
The other thing I want to talk about is that we want people to visit our website, Two Boys from Brooklyn and Abroad.
Yes.
I was
Yes.
very disappointed that
And
the last
Facebook
couple of
page?
shows we didn't get on Facebook. Yeah, that
Facebook.
we didn't get a lot of look at our videos.
Yes.
pictures.
Some are good, some
Which
are bad.
show?
You know, we try to do.
The last show.
We're gonna start doing surveys on the Facebook, so that
Good.
way people will get people engaged in the conversation.
Yes, we wanna
Also, that will
engage
be
people.
awesome. Like for example, this question that we have today,
That's
we
right.
can put it on as a survey on this Facebook. So
that's
we're gonna
great.
start
to
this week.
engage, for sure.
Yeah.
That's
We're also going to play a game called
For
Strip
speed.
Strip Question Poker.
Okay, I like
when
this.
you get stuff wrong, you have to take off a piece of clothing. Oh, look at the room goes quiet. Now I know how to make the room quiet. You see that?
I think that's a great idea. Hold it.
3 minutes.
Are we allowed to do that on the air?
You could do anything you
Oh,
want.
Howard
Yeah,
does
they
it all
can't
the time.
see
Is
you.
that-
You
make
just have
sure
to
you
put
shut it
a,
off.
we have to put a special song, a special music for that Connecticut. Da na 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 na.
How do you know about that music?
Oh, yeah, Daisy.
Oh my goodness.
Daisy's a player. Double
No.
D, go into triple
it's
D.
on TV. I saw it
All right,
somewhere on
next
TV.
week's show, next week's show, we're having
Well, you
Daisy's
have some
fiancé
margaritas
on.
and you
Daisy
get the double
Margarita
D.
had too many margaritas.
Now Tuesday is Fred is a food day here, so we want to get some
Tomorrow
margaritas.
we're gonna have Tongue Twister Tuesday. No, what was it? Drinking? What is it? Tipsy Tuesday.
Oh, yes.
Tipsy Tuesday.
Tipsy.
So you're gonna come in drunk? Is that what we're doing?
And she's going to bring the margaritas, remember?
I'm bringing the margaritas.
You're bringing
For
margaritas?
Tipsy Tuesday.
What is
Are we
tipsy?
allowed to drink here?
Yeah.
Why not?
No,
Of
you're
course
not
you can.
allowed.
We're going to
drink on the
start
air.
with a margarita in the beginning of the show and
Okay.
see how we act by
Connecticut
the
said
end
no.
of the show.
Hey, are
No,
we
no.
allowed to drink?
No, Connecticut
Nobody
said.
needs to know. Are you
Ah,
over,
course
at
you are.
over at the 2 studios down? Somebody in there drinks on Fridays.
You're allowed. No, the rule is you're allowed to drink, but you can't show it's alcohol.
You
So if
just
you-
can't
True.
spill.
How do you know?
How
do you know?
if you're like, well,
You can't. In other words, you can't have a beer sitting here in a beer bottle with the label out. Now, if you drink it like an iced tea, and you happen to have a Long Island iced tea, no one knows what you're
Hey,
drinking.
See, this is how alcoholics hide their alcohol. We
Yeah.
know why he's so crazy.
Hey, on the Super Bowl, the lady was drinking the beer and screaming at everybody, "You bunch of drunks!" and the
She
label was
was a
backwards.
drunk one.
Then she drank. She
And
said,
had a-
"This is pretty good."
There was a show on TV where they were paying this guy subliminal advertising is very big in movies. So he turned the bottle, but it didn't have the label on it. It was the back of the bottle.
That's what this lady at the Super Bowl did. I just said that.
No, but this was they paid this guy.
Don't
to
wear
do
that
this.
hat anymore.
Why? It's-
Because
you know,
people are texting
It's
me and you gotta
frying
get
his
rid of that hat.
brain.
It's taken. It's. I have to because my hair is very bad.
oh, you had a
Oh my
bad hair
God, he's
day.
so vain. His hair is
okay.
bad.
You got a minute left
is
in the
your
show.
hair bad? Can you show us your bad hair?
Okay, we got a
no,
minute on the
will
show.
you do that? Will you hear? If that happens to you, we wouldn't do it.
Okay, let's start saying our goodbyes.
She's doing it now. Look at her hair
My
today.
hair is bad today.
Okay,
I was up
let's
late.
all say
Hold
goodbye,
on,
guys.
Hold on. Take it easy. Liz, we see you tomorrow.
Sayonara.
Again?
Daisy, see you tomorrow.
Adios,
Roy behind the
amigo.
glass, we see you mañana. And my
Absolutely.
partner in crime, do you think you could take it easy?
Okay.
We have 30 seconds. Say goodbye, Les.
Goodbye, Les.
That's it?
That's it.
Say goodbye. What's
See
that?
you.
What's that old saying from that old show? Say
Goodbye,
goodbye.
Ollie.
No, wasn't it Good Night, Gracie?
Good night, Gracie.
Good
Thank
night,
you. That's
Gracie.
what I was
Good night,
thinking.
That's what
George.
you're right. Goodbye.
Good night,
Night,
Gracie.
Gracie.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.
Well, that's about it for today's lunch break with Two Boys from Brooklyn. You're invited to join the break every day, Monday through Friday at 12 noon. So, if you missed some of the good stuff they served up today, there's more coming next time. Bring your lunch and the boys from Brooklyn will bring the smiles. And it's all live. See you next time. Now go and enjoy the rest of your day.